Hey folks, Chad Olds here, and today I'm going to talk about something a little bit more difficult, and that is what to do if you lose your job during the coronavirus, right? This is something that has probably given more video requests than any other one because people are starting to think about it, right? So we're going to go through a few things. Number one, we're going to talk about how to plan for the long term. Number two, how to get creative with your current compensation. Number three, making a list of companies and industries to go after. Four, who you know in those companies and what to say to them. And then there's a final thought around if taking a lower role will affect your resume, right? So let's jump right into it. Number one, first of all, plan for the long term, right? Even if this were to come under control tomorrow, this pandemic, we would still have a very long tail of economic hit. And in sales, just like my mentor, Christine Stager, used to say, try and put your variable compensation away, save it somehow and live off your base, because in sales, the good times are really good. The highs are very high. But the second the bad time comes, it hits sales first. So make sure that you plan for that long economic tail that's coming. So what do? First, control your expenses, of course. Get rid of everything you can as quickly as you can and expect this to last a long time. Second, it's really smart to jump into unemployment quickly. File for it now because there is going to be a lag on the system as more and more people file for it. So don't wait. Don't have pride about it. File for it immediately when you need it. All right, so that's the first pick, planning for the long term. Second, get creative in compensation. So the first thing we think of as sales reps, which I totally agree with, is, okay, I'll reduce my base, just increase my commission. And that's okay. But the issue that you run into is just like any other negotiation, is you've just created a new baseline. You're going to do the exact same work for a lower pay. But there's a win-win that can happen here because trust me, your employer, your boss, they do not want to reduce your salary. It is not something they want to do right now. So what's a win-win? Anything that's free for them, right? So if they're going to reduce your salary, then ask for options. Hey, can you make up the difference in options? Because they're not really worth a lot right now, but we know they will be. So that's a great suggestion. Can you increase the options in my plan? Another one is, you know what? Hey, I got it. We need to reduce costs, and childcare is super expensive to me right now. So if I can go to a 4-day work week, then I can save some money, or I can save some frustration or give my spouse a little bit of extra time. And I can jump down to a 4-day work week, and absolutely I'll take that 20% pay cut. Or maybe you want more vacation or something else. But it's pretty important if you can to establish that baseline, because when we get back out of this, it'll be a lot easier to jump back up to your current level. All right. Make a list of strong industries. We've all heard of them, right? Slack is killing it right now. Microsoft is doing great with Teams. Anybody that has any collaboration suite are killing it. So think about those companies. Also, think about companies like in my industry, open source software is usually a lower price point and oftentimes even better software, but a lower price point. Open source software is going to do really well right now. Of course, medical supplies are going to do well right now. Think about industries and jobs, because I'm still seeing on LinkedIn lots of people coming up and saying, hey, I've got X amount of jobs available, even in today's time. So try and find those industries. So that's one piece of it. That's number 3 for us. Find the industries. Number 4 is always find the people that you know in those companies, preferably, but in the industry at least, that can give you referrals. Because we all know that finding a job is not easy unless you know somebody. And if you can get a referral, it drastically increases your odds. And go to them early. Do not wait. Don't take a week or 2 weeks and say, hey, you know what, I'll be able to find a job. Or you know, I want to give myself a little bit of time before looking for a job because I've been through so much. Do not wait right now because it's not going to let up soon. Go immediately to those people. Another thing really creative that I've seen is some folks have been doing video resumes and just putting them out on LinkedIn. Because right now, the supply of jobs is going down. And the demand for jobs is going up all at the same time. And how do you get noticed? If you talk about, 1 minute quick of your resume and what you want to do, and you put it out on LinkedIn and ask people to share, I'll tell you what, the first one you see, you're probably going to share for somebody when they ask you to share. The second, third, maybe you'll still share, but by the 10th, you're probably not going to share anymore. So get out there quickly. Find a creative way to be noticed. And then a final thought is, do not be concerned about messing up your career arc for your resume, right? Especially people earlier on in their career, they're extremely reluctant to take a step down. So you've made this beautiful career arc where you've had promotion, and then you have a drop. I'll tell you what, if I'm interviewing somebody and in March of 2020, there's a title drop or there's a role that looks like they took a drop and they explain, hey, you know what? My company was hurting and I needed to take this role and now I'm ready to get back into it because the economy's back up, then boom, I am on it. I get it. It makes sense and we move forward. So do not be afraid to take that drop. All right. So that's it for today. I think this is something we really need to talk about. It's a bit taboo for some folks, but I would love to do a second one of these videos with user comments. So if you have any other things that you think might be able to help people, please put them in here. Let's try and reach that broad audience and help folks that are in need right now. If you want to see any more of these videos, you can follow Pound Cold's Unfair Advantage. It's probably the easiest way to find videos, especially on LinkedIn. And your shares, your comments, your likes are helping us reach a much broader audience than we ever thought possible. So thank you, and let's keep on rocking with that. And with that, good selling, and let's go crush it.